Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time, we're done with Blitzball. Well, pretty much. This time, we're gonna finish up the last of the somewhat Blitzball related content right now. Now, I guess Titus always calls himself a star player, but this just makes me think of Final Fantasy X-2. But anyway, if you've competed in a few Blitzball games, like maybe 10 or something, I can't remember, doesn't matter. Because there's no point in picking this up unless you're going to get the sigil. Really. And you come here and you get a Blitzball with spikes. See, that one actually probably would hurt as long as you've got somewhere to hold it when you throw it. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not holding on to those spikes as I throw that. The final ultimate weapon, celestial weapon that you can get in the game. Man, you get an achievement for it because you get an achievement for everything. Now, normally I would warp out of here to our next point of interest, but in between episodes when I was doing all that blitzballing, which took hours, probably more than 10 hours I spent doing blitzball, jeez, I went around and I started talking to people off screen, and then I didn't save so that I could find out if there was anything interesting or anyone interesting to talk to. And all the times I've played this game, I did not know this until recently.
Hello there.
Awaka's here.
Hey, weren't you in prison?
Nah, those monks are pushovers, I tell you. I'll fleece any priest or my name's not Awaka.
Huh. Sorry. It was our fault they locked you up.
No problem. Anything for a customer, eh? You know, I had a sister, once as old as sister, you see. A summoner she was, went on pilgrimage at a young age. And that was it. Me and once, well, neither of us were fighters enough to be guardians. I think about it every day, I do. If we could have helped her. Least I can do is try to help another summoner, I figure. And Lady Yuna, she looks so much like...
Huh?
It's nothing.
Say, thanks.
So yeah, they actually clarify and expand upon what we saw earlier in the game with Once on the far plane.
Once has got all the good stuff. Awaka the 23rd's retiring.
Ah! Of course, I don't think he's actually retired in Pen 2, but anyway, I'll see you in a moment. And we've come back to Guado Salam. Now, things are slightly different here once you have access to the airship, and as soon as we exit out of here, they assume that we're coming from the entrance to the city, but...
What business have you here?
You want to start something?
If it would please you to harm a defenseless old man, then burn me, boil me, it matters not.
Is anyone getting vibes
Lord
of
Seymour
Eeyore?
is gone. No lord rises to take his place. The Guado merely wait for sin to come and finish us off.
This guy
Why should
is...
I care what
Oh,
you do
man.
to me?
It makes me think of Eeyore, the the
If it
donkey
meant
from Winnie the Pooh.
rejoining Lord Jiskel and Lord Seymour, then your taking off my head would be the greatest kindness.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You guys screwed up, your fault. Now, I've heard that there's a scene up there with him in the far plane, but you can't watch it until after you enter Sin for the first time. So we're just going to talk to a guy over here, and then I'll double check to see if that scene plays out now. If not, we'll watch it later. I believe it's you that I want to talk to. Protecting the far plane instead of populating it. Okay. Trommel has lost all hope. So you think he'll die shortly after? Will surely crush us now. Is it you or is it... Yeah, it's this guy then. This is just a little bit of background on Seymour here. He seems he wanted revenge on both Guado and the humans because he was ostracized by both. Oh, so they never really talked much about, what the other Guado thought about Jiskel marrying a human. Oh, we never heard anything about that throughout the rest of the game. Lord Jiskel tearfully exiled his wife and son to Baj Island, which would explain based on what we saw when we went to Xanarkand of Seymour's mom becoming a Faith, why her stone would be at Baj Temple. That would actually explain the whole thing, and all you had to do is put that into the game somewhere aside from a random NPC that you're likely to never talk to. But anyway, years later, he returned, said his mother had died, obviously becoming a Faith. He was no longer the lost child banished so long ago. He had returned a master of the summoner's art. He had one summon that just happened to be really powerful. So yeah, he came back and he won the respect because he was powerful. Well, we kind of saw that, so we know that's true. Okay, that's pretty much all there is there. I'll go see if we can watch that scene with Trommel. If not, I will meet you in Macalania. Okay, do we get the scene? We do get the scene.
When Lord Jyscal was alive, the Guado knew prosperity and honor. But now, we Guado wither and crumble. I myself could have done more to stop this.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Lord Jyscal.
Anything else?
Lord Jyscal, I beg your forgiveness.
And there's another scene over here. I believe this one's accessible after
I'm still not the person I wanted to become. Not yet.
obtaining your
I'll
Jimbo.
come back to let you know how things went.
It's a short scene, but it was the lady, or the person she was trying to
I
find
hope I'll
before.
bring back good news.
Remember, she was trying to find someone and asking why she wasn't there, or why aren't you there, but wouldn't explain it to Titus. And that's pretty much all for that. And we're back. This is Macalania on our way right out into the Calmlands there. When you warp, you're going to have to warp either to the Calmlands and walk this far, take a joke about whatever you want to do, or go to Lake Macalania and backtrack all the way over here. But the only reason we need to come here is we need to talk to a couple of people. It's tired you out. Okay. Aren't you one of the Aurochs? Of course I am. Something I must tell you. Alright. We're responsible for the Fiends who attacked the stadium after the game. So way back when we were in Luca, the plot was in Luca, all the Fiends attacked and Seymour got rid of them. Well, they put them in there. If you keep talking to him, we find out that it was Maester Seymour's plan to release the Fiends. He thought he would win the trust of the people by defeating the Fiends with his Aeon. So even at that point, he was manipulating the Guado to serve him, even though he was their leader, so that's fair. And then he was manipulating everybody else by making them think he was this great savior instead of the guy who loosed monsters all over the place. Mary the High Summoner's daughter was solely to gain support of the people of Yevon. Oh. There seem to be other reasons as well. Well, then it's not a sole reason now, is it? We'll never know. It's far too late to try shifting the blame to Maester Seymour. Guado will be as despised as Yalbed in time, huh? That child's brother was Maester Seymour's subordinate, so the person over there, it's not really a child anymore, but, okay. He was never sent. Fear he now wanders as a fiend. They merely await the inevitable. That's why I brought the child and moved away from Guado Salam. Perhaps find peace in some faraway land. Oh. So, even though he looks taller than you, you're not going to tell him? I don't know, maybe the Guado... I swear, haven't we seen some Guado... We haven't seen it. No, we saw Seymour as a child. I think that's the only child Guado we've seen, but anyway. Yeah, it doesn't look like a child to me. Case in point, man. Isn't that about it? Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that. I just figured I would demonstrate that since, you know, we were going to be in the area anyway. And that leaves only one sigil we already have all the ultimate weapons, at least I believe so. Okay, just wanted to check, and I figured I might as well save while I was at it. Before we can go and unlock all the weapons, let's get the final sigil. I just put Encounter Not on. Even though I could capture the enemies around here, I want to be able to go to the guy there at the monster capturing arena anytime I want, and I don't want to have to worry about trying to collect prizes or anything like that. So we'll do the rest of the capturing later on, and yeah, I don't think there's any particular spots you need to capture most of the enemies around here. I think just pick a screen. Unfortunately, the enemies in Macalania Forest, or the encounter rate here, is just so low. It's really annoying trying to capture monsters here. Anyway, we have arrived. Now, I haven't tested this out, so I'm just going to go double check my map real quick, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, so I checked it out, and then I screwed up the first attempt by running into like the first red butterfly I could see, so I'm just going to undo that. Yeah, that one. Okay, so cut between these two, in the center, in the center, in the center, go up, in the center, in the center, in the center, go cut the corner to the right, bottom, up, hug the top part here, grab that one, bottom, get around that one, and then cut through. It's very difficult to do that cut that I just did there, and stop. As soon as you get that last one, stop, because I've successfully done this and ran off the fucking screen before. That's a pain in the ass. Anyway, it's a little bit different this time around than it was the first time that we did this. There are a lot more red butterflies and you have less time. In fact, I think the second time we did it, we had the same amount of reduced time compared to the very first time when I showed everything off. But yeah, so there's less time now. Let me just turn on fast forward there. So there's less time, more red butterflies, and it's all around slightly more difficult to do things. So anyway, that's the basis of that. For clearing the first one of the two, we get a teleport sphere. For doing the second one, and now the order that you do these two doesn't matter. But there we go. So I'm going to go look at the map for this one, but the first one, you get a teleport sphere. It doesn't matter which one of the two you do, you'll get a teleport sphere. The second one, we get our sigil. So one moment. Okay, the less said about that failed attempt, the better. Yeah, that was embarrassing. All right. So you have to actually go backward and then split. There's actually two of them. There's one hiding there. Now here, you want to go through, up, and hug the right side here. Go up to the top, and then cut down, and then don't go up there. Don't go up there. Just throw fire gems. I'm trying not to capture them, just so that the guy at the monster arena doesn't have anything waiting there for me. So I don't really care about capturing them. I'm trying to avoid it. Not that it mattered, probably both would have killed it, but that's why I'm not trying to capture anything. Hit it! Okay, throw a bomb fragment at it. There we go. Now, usually you can run into one of the butterflies without running into too much trouble, but hopefully I don't run into another one. Bottom here, and then up to the top, cut down, grab this one, top, cut the corner, go down to the bottom here, and hug, go that way. There's one in that shadow there. So there's that one, and miss the one there, and really? I call bullshit. I had that. You basically seen it, so we'll show one more on screen, sure, why not? If you do fail like that, you have to go off screen in order to respawn the butterfly to start the quest. That just sucks. Okay, we're back. I don't know where I'm cutting that last one, but my attempts keep failing, so I keep screwing up with like I don't know, fractions of a second to go, and it's really starting to kick my ass. So down those two, this way. No. How do I always run into one there? I've done that 4 times now, and I've always run into at least one there. And I really don't know why. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, but I swear that the spot I'm supposed to go is where I'm going. Based on the map that I found that I'll show you at the end of this. But hopefully the game stops fighting me here. Okay, we'll split those two. Grab that one, take the top route, cut the corner. Take the bottom route here, hug the top, cut over the bottom, grab this one. Grab that one. There we go. Should not have taken 4 attempts, but we got her. Yes, and after completing both of them, the second prize will be the Saturn Sigil. And let's just throw that up real quick. So that's the map. The blue ones represent the blue butterflies. All the ones that are orange or red represent the red ones. And this is the map for the updated one that has more of the butterflies on it. That's for the one we just did. No. And that is for the one we did at the start, or at the previous one. So there you go. That's pretty much all there is for that. Now we can go back here, and let's see. Throw on the fast forward here. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I am going the wrong way. Of course I'm going the wrong way. Alright. Get the hell out of Dodge here. And now that we've done that, let's go over here. God, I love in-game fast forward. They need this in, like, all the games. Alright. I don't think anyone says anything, but basically now all you're going to do is just keep spamming the button over and over and over again. Make sure that your timer's going. And it's rather time consuming to just watch this for the next forever. But when you do one, you'll go like this and game. Present other weapons. Did it just do the whole thing? Oh, you can do it both at the same time. Oh, that's interesting. Can I apply fast forward to it? No, I can't. Okay. Well, I figured we're going to have to do the crest and then do the sigil one after the other. But if it's just going to be one for each, then I guess we can watch each of the weapons go in. Pretty much, I would say the most difficult one to get is, like as far as the weapons themselves, is the, I don't know, probably, you know what, they're all pretty easy to get the weapons. It's the sigil that is difficult to do. Oh, now I gotta do this? Never mind, we'll cut all this out. Okay, we only have one more to unlock the last stage of, and that's this one. And the only reason I'm going to show this one on screen is because this is the first time I've ever been able to do this. I was talking about, you know, which weapons are the most difficult to get, and I'd probably say Wakka's is, because you have to play Blitzball and then go back to a place you would never normally go to. With some of the other ones, there's at least hints of, you know, where you should go back to and all that kind of stuff. As far as the crests go, they're all pretty mundane to get. I'd say the Sun Crest is the most difficult in the international version, because you have to go through one of the best super bosses in order to get it if you miss it the first time. As far as the sigils go, doing Remium Temple for Yuna, that's easy. Doing the Cactus Crest for Riku, that's easy. It's between doing the stupid dodger, the Catcher Chocobo, and getting 0.00 and dodging 200 lightning bolts in my mind. For Kimahri, you know, the butterflies, that's easy. For Wakka, it's time consuming, but easy. For Auron, it's capturing, you know, a bunch of monsters, so you're going to get that one regardless anyway, as long as you know, plan to play that far into the post game. But yeah, between dodge and lightning bolts and the stupid Catcher Chocobo. Anyway, let's take a quick look at all these weapons, since I don't really have anything else to do for now. Now, when you add just the crest, it'll add double overdrive to it, and you still have the no AP thing. Once you get both of them, it changes it to break damage limit and triple overdrive for everyone. All ultimate weapons have those two, and then the remaining two are just extra little bits. In Yuna's case, she gets double AP, not my favorite thing to get for her because it doesn't really help her all that much. If I want to level grind, I'm not using this weapon anyway. 1 MP cost, that one's good. So pretty much other than not having Sensor, there's no real reason to use any of our other weapons ever again, unless you want no encounters. So we'll just throw that one on there. For Riku, let's take a look. The God Hand. Break damage, triple overdrive. Double AP, I don't really care for it. Gillionaire doubles the amount of gil you receive after battle. I believe she has to be in the final party when you get the victory theme. So she can't be, you know, sitting in the background. I don't think that applies then. So it's kind of good, kind of not good. Titus. Evade and counter and magic counter, meaning that if you direct an attack against him, chances are he's going to counter. It's somewhat useful, definitely, especially once we start doing more damage. Wakka gets double AP. I don't know why so many people get double AP. And Evade and Counter. Evade and Counter is really good because it adds some kind of an evasion factor. Even attacks that a lot of the time seem to hit you won't when you have Evade and Counter. So I'm not sure what it does to your stats, but it allows you to evade more often, and then you counter. You don't have to evade. Some attacks, they can never miss, and they'll hit, and then you'll still counter. So it's really good that way. Kimahri gets double AP and evade and counter. Okay, move on from there. Here we get magic booster and 1 MP cost. Probably the best way to set up one of her ultimate weapons anyway, so that's great. And finally, First Strike and Counterattack. He has some unique ones. Counterattack is just basic counterattack. If there's a miss, I think he can still counterattack, but it doesn't add the evade counter, or maybe it doesn't work when, you know, when there's one of those on there. But First Strike is very useful because it, as we've already seen, it allows for, you know, acting first in battle. Now, going forward with the game some more, there are some enemies, notably Malbros in one of the in the bonus dungeon and in the monster arena, that will get first attack on you unless you have First Strike on. So this is a very useful weapon in that sense, so you don't have to customize someone else with it if, say, you didn't pick up anything with First Strike or customize anything with First Strike before this point. But anyway, those are the ultimate weapons. We've captured all the items we need to get those, which means the amount of side quests we're going to do for now is coming to a close. Most of the remaining side quests require lots of level grinding, so I'd like to go after the final boss and finish up the story before we go too much further here. However, there is one little thing, or a couple little things I would like to do, and I plan to take care of that next time. But in order to do that, I need to do a whole bunch of work off screen, so wish me luck. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.